evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We bring you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Diego Dario, and in tonight's game plan. First-time PBA 3x3 champions, the San Miguel Beermen, join us tonight. Back on Austria, Jeff Manday, Ken Bono, and Mon Rogado will talk about their journey to the title.
We'll also break down our list of must-watch PBA players in the ongoing Governor's Cup as we approach the end of the elimination round. And we'll discuss the latest power rankings in the NBA MVP race. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The PBA 3x3 Lakas ng Tatlo just concluded the second leg of its second conference as a testament to the Lakas ng Tatlo mantra. First-time finalists San Miguel Beermen snatched their first ever 3x3 crown. Joining us to share their epic victory are San Miguel Beermen back on Austria, Ken Bono, Mon Rogado, and Jeff Manday. SMB, welcome to the game.
Mga idol, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys, ingat lang ha, on air na tayo. So, I'm gonna go with the safest choice here. Kuya Ken, unang-una, congratulations. Siyempre, being champion sa 3x3, siguro, looking back 2-3 years ago, I don't think that it was in anyone's thought, anyone's mind. Pero anong feeling na napanalunan nyo yung leg na to?
Para sa akin, sobrang saya. Kasi first time ko rin maglaro ng 3x3 and then yung experience sobrang iba talaga. Kaya sobrang happy.
Okay, Mon, ikaw naman, tatanungin kita. Ano yung naging sikreto nyo para makamit nyo yung championship na to sa 3x3? Ano yung mga ginawa nyong special?
Ano lang, yung conditioning namin at saka yung toughness namin at saka yung defense namin talaga ang magpapanalo sa amin dito eh.
Ikaw ba yung
Yun
pinaka-tough dyan sa team nyo?
Parang tingin ko, parang tama lang.
Tama na.
Tama lang.
Bakon, pa-scouting report naman dyan. Sino mas unstoppable? Inside presence ni Ken Bono o yung pagka-drive ni Jeff Manday?
Wala parehong unstoppable kaya kami nag-champion. May variety kumbaga. So hindi nila alam kung saan kami atake.
Okay, Jeff,
Kaya
ikaw.
maganda yung kudutso ni tsaka Miguel. So,
Okay. Jeff, ikaw naman, gusto lang kita tanungin personally. Kasi hindi lahat nakakakilala sa'yo. You came from the province, nagka-chance ka na maglaro dito sa D-League, tapos sa PBA 3x3. Masabi lang kung ano yung story mo, paano ka nakadating sa PBA 3x3 ngayon. Ikaw na yung isa sa pinakamagaling, ang ganda ng handles mo. Every time one-on-one, nakakashoot ka.
Siguro yung believe ko sa sarili ko and then sipag at tiyaga ako na makatungtong sa PBA. And yun nga, sa San Miguel pa ako nakapunta. Tapos, nung dumating yung opportunity na makalaro ko sa PBA, sobrang blessed talaga ako. Kaya, nag-double work hard ako sa ensayo na.
Nakakita namin yan sa 3x3 court. Kuya Ken, syempre, being part of a 3x3 team, ano yung pitch sa'yo rather, nung re-recruit ka to be part of San Miguel?
Sabi naman kasi ni Coach Boyce, kulang daw sila sa big man. So, actually timing lang din yung pagkakita namin ni Coach Boyce nung naglalaro ako sa Acropolis eh. Doon kami nagkita. Sabi niya sa akin, Ken, gusto mo ba mag 3x3? So sabi ko, sige Coach, pag kinulang kayo ng player, tawagan mo lang ako, baka pwede naman ako siguro.
Mon,
Kaya yun, tinawagan niya ako, tsaka ni Boss Gia Vanilla.
Yun. Mon, anong hiningi sa'yo ni Coach Boise nung re-recruit ka?
Ano lang, ang sabi lang naman ni Coach Boyce sa akin na na kailangan lang yung kumbaga sa defense lang na ako naman hindi naman ako sa offense din kasi may Jeff Manday na kami at saka
Yun.
Kent Bono eh.
Paano ba?
Okay, ikaw, since na-mention na ni Mon si Jeff. Jeff, ikaw, you were part of the first conference, kayo ni Bacon. Ngayon nadagdag si Kuya Ken tsaka si Mon. Ano yung na-add nila sa team nyo? Anong weapons yung nadagdag sa team nyo nung pagdating nila Ken at ni Mon?
Sobrang malaking bagay para sa amin dahil yun nga, nung first conference, wala kaming bigs na may strength na sila din. Almost guards lang sa 2 points lang yung strength namin. Pero nadagdagan yung bigs na sa tulong ni Kuya Ken, malaking bagay. Yun nga, nag-champion yun.
Bakon, syempre, kapag naglalaro ka, medyo nakakainitan because of, syempre, napaka-emotional yung mga laro sa 3x3 kasi grabe yung pisikalan doon. What does it say about yung character ng team ninyo? Kasi grabe, yung mga laban ninyo either come from behind or grabe yung physical play sa loob. What does it say about yung character ng team ninyo now that you won leg number 2? So, I think naghang yata si Bakon, pero
nakakatuwa dahil
ayun, okay na siya. Sorry Bakon ha, nag-lag ka ng konti, paulit na ng sagot.
Hindi nakakatuwa dahil nag-mature na kami lahat. And laking tulong ni Ken tsaka ni Mon. Dahil before parati kaming tapos. Tapos ngayon laking tulong nila. So, yung toughness na bibigay ni Mon kaagad eh. Hindi ko alam kung bakit, parang natatakot yung mga kalaban kay Mon eh. Tapos, ayun, ayun, I think ang laking tulong na na-get over namin yung parati kaming kapos nung first conference.
Okay, Kuya Ken, ikaw, gusto ko lang tanungin, first time mo mag 3x3, medyo nanibago ka ba? Ano yung mga nagbago? Kasi sanay na sanay ka 5-on-5, you had a long career in the PBA. Pagdating sa 3x3, saan ka medyo nag-adjust?
I think yung sa stamina siguro dahil sobrang yung mabilis yung laro eh. Kailangan mo talaga magpakondisyon. Tsaka iba yung feeling ng bola sa sobrang liit, parang gaan itira.
Pero parang pasok naman yung mga tira mo, Kuya Ken eh.
Atik na yun eh.
Mon, paano kayo nag-celebrate? Paano kayo nag-celebrate?
Kanya-kanya muna.
Hindi kayo kumain sa labas? Balita ko, kakain daw dapat kayo sa labas eh.
Sagot daw ni Bakon eh.
Sa sobrang pagod namin, hindi namin
Sa sobrang pagod.
Jeff, syempre, going on to the next leg, may target na kayo sa likod ninyo. We've seen it over and over again. Isang team lang yata yung nag-repeat last conference or baka dalawa lang. Gaano kahirap yung challenge to retain yung pagkapanalo nyo dito sa 3x3 circuit?
Sobrang mahirap kasi a lot of teams na bagong players, then halos lahat bigs pa. So sa amin, pinagawa lang namin yung proper training namin sa tulong ni Coach Boysin din sa mga teammates ko. So far, okay naman yung samahan namin dito game and sa practice.
Bakon, ano yung tingin mo kailangan nyo pang i-improve? For sure, kayo na yung titignan na, nag-champion kayo dito sa second leg. What do you think you guys can improve on leading into the next legs and into the grand finals?
Siguro we have to be more patient sa laro. Tsaka mas mabasa pa yung sitwasyon. Yung first day kasi dalawa patalo namin. So it means lang na there's so much to improve on. Marami pa kaming mga kailangan i-practice na plays and mga situational. Kasi natalo pa kami ng endgame nung first day. So ayun, siguro keep in mind na kahit na nanalo kayo, there's always room for improvement.
Sorry, panood ulit namin yung winning rebound mo at yung putback mo, Bakon. Grabe yung energy levels mo. Siyempre, a key to that final was actually yung hot start ninyo eh. Kuya Ken, gaano ba kahirap maka-hot start sa 3x3? Kasi parang ang bilis ng laro eh. Mahirap makakuha ng rhythm eh.
Kaya nga eh. Kailangan mo talaga makalamang ng malaki para medyo makarelax-relax ka kahit papano ba.
Oh, well, syempre, makikita natin kung magagawa nyo yan sa leg number 3. That's coming very soon. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here. Congratulations ulit
Thank you.
for winning leg number 2. Bakon, don't leave I swear, kung umalis ka, makakaproblema tayo. Huwag kang umalis. Thank you. After the break, we'll break down the top PBA players to watch in the ongoing Governor's Cup heading into the playoffs. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to The Game. It's the last week of the PBA Governor's Cup elimination round, and the race to the playoffs is still firing on all cylinders. Let's take a quick look at the standings as of today. Magnolia Hotshots and NLEX have cemented their edge, but as we go down the list, it starts to get more and more interesting from the 4th seed onwards. Teams like TNT, Meralco, Ginebra, Northport, Alaska, and Phoenix, to name a few, are still neck and neck with 2 more game days to decide their final spots. With a lot of PBA elimination round action still ahead of us, PBA Rush analyst Diego Dario, my co-host for today, doble yung duty niya, doble yung TF, will take us through his list of top players to watch in the playoff race. And still with us for this discussion is Bakon Austria. Bakon, alam ko hindi ka na-brief, pero ganito yan. Si Diego is going to make picks on his players to watch out for in this particular Governor's Cup. Tapos ikaw magre-react ka lang. Pwede violent, pwede, you can praise him, pero sana violent na lang. Kasi
parang yung rebound niya nung last game
parang
niya.
yung rebound lang niya. Parang yung putback niya.
Hindi
to win the championship. Oo. So, Jegs, get us going. Sino yung unang mong pick?
Alright, for my first pick, I chose Mikey Williams because right now TNT is in an interesting spot. They have 2 more games. If they win both games, they will get the sure twice to beat in the top 4. So that's very important for TNT. But one win will mean outright playoff spot, but they're still not sure if they're gonna get that twice to beat. But we talk about Mikey Williams. He is the leader for this team. In their last game against Blackwater, he had 23 points, 4 steals, and 6 rebounds. He's really, the machine that works here for TNT. The ball starts with him. He can make his teammates better and make shots as well for TNT.
Okay, now hearing all of that, Bakon, I wanna ask you, kasi ngayon yung mga averages niya, 21.2 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game, 3.7 assists per game. Have teams started to adjust to scout out a Mikey Williams? Have they found the key to slow him down? Or is he still an import like local dito sa Governor's Cup?
I think he's still import like local, unstoppable. Siguro bumaba lang production niya dahil may import conference. Pero like Aaron Fuller is there. Pero parang dalawa import ng talking text with Mikey Williams. Eh. I think everyone's still having a hard time figuring him out. And he's been killing it.
Grabe, pwede mo siyang scout pero wala talaga minsan eh. The way that he actually gets separation off the bounds, ibang klase talaga. Up next, Jegs, you have a couple of Northport players. Who do you have?
Well, right now, I chose Robert Bolick and Arwin Santos. They have been incredible for this Northport team. For Northport, it's a must-win for them. They have their next game against TNT. A loss will eliminate them unless Meralco wins. So that will give them a playoff for the 8th spot. So it's really going to be a big game for Northport, and I expect these two to step up for their team. First of all, Robert Bolick is always flirting with a triple-double almost every game. Arwin Santos is throwing back time. At his age, he's still so effective here in the PBA. We know Jamel Artis, the import, will have his numbers, but it will be crucial for these two players to step up.
In their last game, Arwin scored 28 and 9. Wow. Bolick had 21 and 17 assists. Bakon, I know you're familiar, very familiar with si Arwin Santos. Nagugulat ka ba yung seeing yung production niya despite his advanced age?
Not really. Parang I expected Arwin to play like this. Sa San Miguel towards the end, parang daming players and he took a backseat sa ibang players to adjust. Pero you know, Arwin naman, lalo na when it's clutch and when he needs to score, he will score and will do everything. Defense, offense, and perfect fit siya actually sa Northport. A leader and a clutch player. Sakto yung combination ni Bolick na pinapasahan pa ni Bolick sa favorite spot ni Arwin sa top of the key. So very, very effective si Arwin and I expected this naman.
Bakon, I want something sizzling here. Sa palagay mo ba, si Robert Bolick yung best playmaker in the PBA today, considering that 17 assists nga in the last game and 9.4 assists per game siya?
Right now with stats, I think we should consider that. 17 assists, siguro wala nga atang more than 13 sa PBA right now. So you can say that and you can give that to him right now.
Ooh, sizzling.
I like that. Hindi siya sizzling eh. Medyo steamed lang. Steamed lang ngayon.
Medium well.
Medium well. Well, I guess. Okay. Bakon, you're gonna like this next one kasi yung susunod na pick ni Diego, si Shabazz Muhammad. Jegs, we all know the scoring, but what makes him stand out for you?
I mean, we have to talk about this guy. He had a 57-point game last game for San Miguel against Meralco, and you know he's averaging these numbers: 39 points per game, 19 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know he mentioned it in the last game that when his jumper is going, it's gonna be tough to stop him, and I would agree. And it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna play in the playoffs if Shabazz Muhammad continues his stellar play here for the PBA.
Bakon, is he the best import in the conference right now?
Woo!
Yeah, hirap, no?
I'm wearing San Miguel, so
Oh,
I think I should say yes. But I should give credit also to other guys like Mike Harris. They're the number 1 team right now, Magnolia, and he has been wrecking it. Pero Shabazz, the past game was crazy. Like you know why he was in the NBA, and actually nagulat ako na he was this good. I saw him first few practices. Nagulat ako na ganito siya ka-ready because I think he came from an injury and a layoff for a few years, so nagulat rin ako for him.
Alam mo, Bakon, he wants to make noise. Sabi nga niya that he wants to make it back to the NBA one day, and to do that, syempre, shining here is going to be a big part of that. You mentioned the last guy that Jego wants to talk about. You already know your thoughts on that, Bakon. So, Jegs, Mike Harris.
I mean, Mike Harris, he's one of the reasons why Magnolia is number 1 right now in the league. They're doing this without Calvin Abueva. And you know, Mike Harris, he had 38 and 10 against Alaska, and he didn't even play a single minute in the fourth quarter. So that's how dominant Mike Harris is. I think he's, you know, going to be the leader for this Magnolia team coming into the playoffs, and if they want to go all the way to the finals.
Siyempre, hindi pa healthy yung Magnolia Hotshots, but then if they start to get their groove going, they might turn into even a more terrifying monster. Now, don't miss out on the PBA action this week. TNT Tropang Giga face the Terra Firma Jeep, and the Magnolia Hotshots go up against the Blackwater Bossing. And on Friday, the Phoenix Fuelmasters will match up with the Meralco Bolts, and the TNT Tropang Giga will see action one last time against the Northport Batang Pierre. When we return, Bakun Austria still joins us, so you gotta stay here. We'll discuss the latest power rankings in the NBA MVP race. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching The Game. As we are in the last quarter of the NBA regular season, it's time for us to check on the latest Kia MVP ladder. Diego, take us through this, I wouldn't say controversial graphic, but then the Kia MVP ladder right here, because you have very interesting characters in our top 5.
Well, look at this. At number 1, we have Nikola Jokic, the Joker, really putting up crazy numbers for Denver. Joel Embiid, of course, you know, with the tandem that he has with James Harden, he's at number 2. Giannis will always be a fourth. Force, DeMar DeRozan, and Ja Morant complete it with 4 and 5 for our MVP ladder.
Grabe, wala si LeBron, wala si... Oh my God, I didn't know that number 10 was Donovan Mitchell. I'm so excited.
Number 6,
I'm
Luka
so
Doncic.
sorry. Go
number
ahead.
7, Devin Booker, Steph Curry. Going down to number 8, he was in the top at the start of the season. Chris Paul at number 9. And look at this, pal. Oh, number 10 is Donovan Mitchell. I think they just had to put it there because, you know, you're in the show.
I'm not going to lie. Akala ko joke. Because...
He's been balling,
so many.
though.
Yeah, he's been balling. I'm happy for that. And still here to help us discuss the NBA MVP race is PBA 3x3 champion. Grabe yung bagong title na yan. Bakun Austria. Bakun, so we saw that entire list, and at the end of it all, we're going to ask you who, in your opinion, who the Bacon should go to, who should be the NBA MVP. Pero nagulat ka ba sa listahan na yan? Alam mo, well ako, obviously, nagulat ako kay Donovan Mitchell. But then apart from the other names there, is there anyone you feel na snub or we're not talking about enough? Or sino sa palagay mo yung mga dark horse candidates na pwede I guess, sneak in towards the end of the season?
Yung biased opinion ko would be LeBron kasi fan. Buhat siya. Pero because of the standings, naiintindihan ko kung bakit. Bakit wala siya doon.
Pero si Ja Morant, nagulat ka ba? Number 5.
Not really. Grabe si Ja Morant. Like, he's very consistent. Kahit na-injure siya, when he got back, parang hindi siya nawala. So, he deserved to be in the MVP talk for me.
And also to add to that, Memphis is at 3rd in the West right now, and I'm not sure if they still have a chance to make it to number 2 or number 1, but I think he should be in the MVP conversation if they make it even further than number 3.
Let me just put this into context. So between the 2nd spot and the 6th spot sa West, there are only 4 games separating them.
Ooh.
So anyone between Utah, between Dallas, between Memphis, and all of those teams mashed up together can actually end up with the 2nd seed. The Suns are actually way up there.
Parang PBA pala yung NBA.
Yeah, parang ganun lang. Pero when you look at this list and you see names there na wala si KD, wala si LeBron, wala yung mga, I guess yung mga classic names that we're so used to seeing. Sa palagay mo ba, we're now seeing the transition to younger generations of stars that are going to make it to the MVP race year in, year out, Bakon?
Yeah, I think so na parati lang merong younger generation. Like, even sila Jason Tatum has been playing well recently. And also the household names, LeBron, KD, they're getting older. Tapos more rest, na-injure pa yung ibang players like KD sat out a lot of games already. Kyrie was once there before, he has problems also. So I think it's the transition's happening now.
Well, Bakon, how about DeMar DeRozan? He's not a young star, but he's emerging as one of the big stars here of the East. He's at number 4 right now. Do you think we should talk about him more?
I think we should talk about him, and I think he went to the perfect team, perfect fit. So he benefited from that. MVPs, championships, and all that awards are about being at the perfect time and the perfect fit. So I think he deserves to be talked about also.
All right, Bakon, we're now at the meat of the entire discussion. We're gonna ask you, who is your 2022 regular season NBA MVP? Please answer it in this format. The bacon goes to blank.
Woo.
The bacon goes to Joel Embiid.
Okay. Embiid. All right, when you look at Joel Embiid, right now yung stats niya, 29.8 points per game, 11.1 rebounds, 4.4 assists. Jegs, any violent reactions here?
I actually do.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, right now, Joel Embiid is at number 2, below Nikola Jokic. Mga sinasabi ng fans out there, Joel Embiid has the help of James Harden, well, in the past 6 games probably. But, he had other players in Seth Curry, Ben Simmons wasn't there, but, he had Tobias Harris. But when you talk about Nikola Jokic is doing this without their star guard in Jamal Murray, without Michael Porter Jr. the whole season. He's been really carrying this team in the West.
May rebuttal ka, Bakon?
Wala naman. Pero kasi feel ko magkakaroon ng voter fatigue. Pinactor in ko yung mga
That makes
mga
sense.
outside forces.
Okay.
So I think Jokic is playing better overall, pero you know how it works. It's not about the performance lang because it's voting also. So feel ko it might be Joel Embiid's time if he stays healthy the next few weeks.
No violent
I
reactions.
actually agree with that
Yeah.
kasi narrative plays a big part of this. Pero sa individual stats, I think it's safe to say that si Nikola Jokic probably takes the cake there. But he doesn't take home the bacon. Oo, Bakon! Maraming salamat. We hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much for staying with us the entire show. Grabe, sinulit namin talaga.
Thanks, Bax.
Again,
Thanks.
really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. That's it for tonight. I'm Diego Dario.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paolo Del Rosario, and this has been The Game.